Craig, thanks for giving us the time. I know it's a busy time at the minute, helping the lads rehabilitate from injury. I wanted to talk about some of the boys that have been out for a longer period and are a bit further along their journey now, and we can provide a bit of an update on. We'll start with Geraldo bajrami, who obviously suffered a serious knee injury very early on in the season. Just tell us about the journey that he's been on and where he is now.
So obviously at Lincoln in the early stage of the season, suffered a really bad injury to his knee, which sadly required surgery. Since then, things have been going pretty well for him. It's a long period of time to be out for any footballer, so delivering the news and accepting the news is the real first hurdle to get over. And Badger's been brilliant with that. Since he's been in the club doing his rehab, I can't fault him in terms of his application to what we've asked of him. And so far things have been going really well for him. Obviously started back on the grass a couple of weeks ago, which is a big thing for them to be able to be back out. They can see lads training, kind of keeps them a bit more included with the group as much as we can. So he's doing really well. And so now we're kind of in the phase where we will be building his sort of load tolerance to running over the next few months. And obviously with the end goal of him being ready for pre-season at the start of next year.
Hey Badge, you got a bit of sweat on your brow there. That must mean you've been out there running again.
Yeah, first day today. It's been good. It's been a long time coming. Still a long way to go, but I'm just happy to be outside, to be honest.
And he has been running a little bit already, hasn't he? We did catch up with him and spoke to him, and he was very relieved, looked very tired, but it must be a nice cathartic process for someone who's been out for so long to get out there running again.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge because I suppose each part has its own sort of milestone we like to get to. First one for them is obviously being able to get out of the gym and get outside and run, and you can usually see that pretty quickly how much it's like a bit of a release for them to think, well, I'm outside now, I've kind of ticked that box. And it's great to see him back out there, and also it dangles a little bit of a carrot for him that he can see training and see why we're doing what we're doing, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel, because like I said, it's a long process and footballers want to play, so any time out injured can be really hard on them. But hopefully now we're in the nice key part, and hopefully this can all go as smoothly as the first bit has.
Kedwin Scott unfortunately was the next to pick up another serious injury. It was a bit different to Geraldo's in the sense that he felt able to continue initially, didn't he, in the game, and then did have to withdraw, and it was later diagnosed as a serious problem. Just explain a little bit about what the injury is and why he was able to carry on for a little while before having to come back off. The
difference with Kedwin's was because it wasn't a sort of a real structural issue that had happened. It means that although yes, it can be painful at first, sometimes you can carry on. Some players, if there's sort of different levels of severity you can have this particular injury, some players can have this injury and carry on playing with mild discomfort as long as it's managed properly. And then you get the other end of the spectrum where sadly it does require surgery, and there's different complexities of this type of injury, and it keeps them out for quite a while. So we had, sadly for Kedwin, he was on sort of that part of the spectrum, and he had surgery and required a period of time where he had to be off feet for quite a while. So, but since he's got over that, and we've been in the gym, done all our strengthening work, which he's tolerated well. Once again, good attitude, got plenty of good chat as well, which keeps us entertained while we're with him. And he's been on the grass for a couple of weeks now, and the knee's tolerating that really well.
Yeah, it's been good, to be fair. I think I would have really struggled if I didn't have the likes of G and Matty Palmer, who have also got long-term knee injuries. That's made it a bit more bearable, and the physio staff like Craig and Jane are like great people and a pleasure to be around, and they make it bearable on those mentally tough days. But yeah, I'm grateful for the support they've shown me, and hopefully I can get back on the pitch in a much better place than I was when I got injured.
He's on track, so the aim for him hopefully is to be sort of end of March is the aim, all being well. So as it stands, we're on track for that. So now we're kind of entering the last phase of his rehab.
It's good to hear. Matt Palmer, obviously we know that he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Just tell us what his progress is at the minute.
So obviously his happened a few months after the other two lads. So very similar to Badger's injury, but he's obviously still in the gym phase of that part of his rehabilitation. Required surgery, but as with the other two surgeons, happy with how the surgery went in terms of the knee itself, is reacting well to everything that we're doing. So now we are in the real strengthening phase of his programme, building up muscle mass, which he's tolerating well, like the other two. Great work ethic, cracks on with his work, pushes himself. So far that's going really well, and obviously with that, hopefully we've still got a long way to go. With the aim of probably the start of next season is the target for us with him, if everything continues to go as planned.
I've started to introduce like leg weights, and we've got Heather, and Heather is I've gone along, and then in a few weeks' time I'll be going to St George's Park and going on the LCG machine there, which will be good, and then hopefully after that I'll be back on the grass.
Adam Chickson, a player we haven't seen for a little while in the squads. Can you just give us an update on him?
So just before Christmas, Chicks had an issue with his Achilles that we're kind of towards the back end of his rehab for that. We had to have a little bit of a period of time to let that calm down and then build back up again, but he's doing really well. Started his grass work yesterday, so we'll be looking at progressing that over the next few weeks. Great attitude again, working really hard, especially in the gym that we've seen, and obviously now we'll progress onto his grass work, and like I say, that will be our aim in the next couple of weeks, is to build him back up and then start filtering him back into training.
Lewis Macari's been absent for a little while as well, I think.
Yeah, it's a freak illness with Lou. So sadly he's been out for a couple of weeks, and but hopefully we believe now that we're over the real bad part of that, and hopefully with another couple of weeks of rehab and a bit of training, he should be able to be reintegrated and be back available for selection.
Will Randle and Junior Maras, it's been good to see them back around the place and seemingly back to full training.
Yeah, so Junior's been back for probably about a week and a half now, and Will probably about 2 weeks, obviously with an ankle and a calf issue. So if the game went ahead at the weekend against Stockport, they both would have been available for selection. So yeah, it's good to have them back. Obviously don't like having, it's never good for a player to be out injured, so no, it's good to have them back in, and if we can continue this trend, and hopefully we can start to keeping as many people as available as possible for the boss.